Hello, and welcome to the Catch, Redcar's fishing story past and present. I'm Carmen Marcus, author, poet, fisherman's daughter and Redcar lass. In this podcast, you'll hear all about the old fellas, the fishermen who had summer extra, their ability to read the sea, find the fishing grounds and get home safe.
And what the old boys would think nowadays.
The key one, and like Philip Pinkett and them, they had something extra that
They must have had Jack, mustn't they?
You know, there was something in here,
Yeah.
and feeling, they could sense it.
I mean, Philip would say, 100 odd mile, 200 mile? They didn't have GPS, well, they'd have had decades probably then, but even so, it was clever men for me.
I mean, they had something else as well. They had to be able to do what they could do. And most fishing places had one or two of them.
Before I left school, on a weekend, I used to go on to Philip Pickett's house. He was one of the top fishermen in Hartlepool in them days, and I used to go along on a Friday night, and I used to say to him, "Can I come out fishing with you tomorrow?" He says, "Aye, as long as you're not seasick, because we won't bring you back." He had a 42-foot keelboat called the Supreme Endeavour, and we used to go lobster fishing off Seaham Harbour and round off South Gary behind some rocks called German Charlies. He used to do his pots along there and then come into West Gary with his pots in the winter time. And then later on, his last boat we bought was a 55-foot keelboat called Endeavour 2, and we had that based at Hartlepool. And then again, when I was off school on a weekend, I used to go on a Saturday when we were trawling, sea netting and that, different type of fishing nets, and I used to enjoy it. And I got quite interested in fishing, and then so we got our own boats after that in the 60s, and carried on for a while fishing. Fished from Hartlepool on a keelboat that some lads from Redcar bought. They got a brand new boat built at Harrison at Amble called the Vigilante. She was a 34-foot keelboat with square stern. We used to go trawling for prawns off Hartlepool with that boat. And I did that for about 6 months, and then when I found out after 6 months what sort of money you were making, I decided that wasn't for me. I was on 15% of wherever we caught, and we had the fuel, the ice, the water, fish boxes, handling fish boxes on the fish, all that come off your money before you got paid. So I soon packed that and come back to Redcar to fish. And then I got a job in the pub trade with a licensee in a pub in Redcar, and I used to have to go down to Sheffield through the week, once a week, to clean the beer lines in a nightclub there what my boss used to own. He was doing that for 8 to 9 years. I retired from work in 2007, and in 1996 the Coastwatch station opened in Redcar above the Zetland Museum, and I joined that in 1996. I'm still there today, and I'm the station controller. In between, I'm both fishing in different boats. I've been in that many boats, I couldn't tell you every boat I've been in.
back in the 70s, you couldn't fish all winter like they do now, could you?
No.
You wouldn't dare leave your gear in.
No.
Because, you know, you did get good season.
It wouldn't be worth doing now with long lines, would it?
No.
No.
Everyone used to get the lines up. Your granddad used to, he was getting on with it when he was in his mid-70s. He used to get a line or two for Cecil picnic. And he used to charge him half a crown and to stand there and he'd cripple the room back to he used to pay the line for half a crown. I mean, that was 12.5 pence in this days.
Yeah, no, you don't have to do it, do you?
No.
It's no good doing it.
It's about half a mile long, so I don't know lines, you know.
I remember my dad said he was going with the Gina Neville with Chivers in the winter. Yeah. And he said, the Betty June Rose came past us. And he said, Jimmy's arms are going like many windows. And, I mean, when you're talking about 8, they used to take 12. And some of theirs were, the standard line was 8.5 paces. And some of the Thompson ones were 12. They stood about that high. In fact, Tony will tell you, he got on a 12 line to coil the line, and he couldn't reach up to at the top of it. And I think it was Marky came and put a fish box on the other day and got on that.
That was the first time I ever went to New Hauler. Was with you and Dad in June Rose, in that big island hauler.
Yeah.
When there was a bad forecast, Jimmy was off with Silver working pots, and they had a fleet of pots in on Dowsel, and your dad said, come on, we're going down, we're going to shift that fleet of pots because Jimmy won't know the forecast's turn that morning.
Yeah.
And I went down, and I can remember your dad teaching me how to work a pot hauler.
Right. He always amazed me, I must admit, when it was thick weather. I mean, nowadays GPS got all the gear.
Yeah.
Then compass and a watch, and I used to think, how are you doing it? But it was always fine, Solskjaer boy. Listen, and he'd stop the engine. Yeah, it's over there, right. Once you got the Solskjaer boy, it was like, I'm home now.
Yeah. He always walked in the sea before you launched
it.
He did.
Always went in the sea to feel if there was any stones or anything.
Yeah.
Never just like I do, just go down on the beach and in it goes. But he always used to walk in the water, feel what was there, and then right, okay, we're all right here.
You know, we used to stand at the pier, which, you know, there'd maybe be Gary, Fred, Jimmy, Marky, me, or my father, or whatever, wait for the tide ever bit to get off if there was heavy break. Anyway, I remember this day, and my father says, tell Jim, you get away there now. I said, well, Rodney will drive then. He got to a point where he didn't trust the old fella very, because my father would drop her short. He was one of these that didn't like to get the tractor wet. So he would try and drop her and then push her off.
Yeah.
Our Jim hated it, you know. Yeah. And our Jim was not a one to give her some one feeder to drive her off.
No,
it was just slow head. Full head when we got afloat, but not, you know.
no.
And anyway, I remember this day, and he just says, "Well, we're going." So I, not letting like Gary and everybody else know that we were going, it was sort of like we all just sorted off, you know. Anyway, I could come right along the promenade, and I had to back down Dundas. The water was still lapping the bottom of Dundas Bank. There was a canny bit of break, but it was long, you know. And he said, "You're all right?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "But as soon as she starts to lift," I said, "give her some, drive her off." And I got soaked, but it was a perfect launch tone. You know, she went, of course, he just stopped her once she was afloat, and then he just drops that little rudder over. You remember the little short rudder?
Yeah.
Drops that on, and then I can't think what, I got a lift off with somebody that day. It might have been Brian Maud, I think, possibly. And as soon as we got off, they were all fettled up to go. I think the Thompsons were like blasted going salmon in Uncle Jim, your dad wasn't so bad, Uncle Jim did he hated it. You didn't get a fish within 10 minutes, get him in, we're going home. Because some days, Ray used to go salmon, Christmas Rose, and you had to, if there was a bit of break on the shore's edge, then you were thinking, right, we want to be away. You had to stay out there till you know you were going to get back on the beach, back through the break again, which Daisy Ellen didn't like that. Was it Carol that started first here?
He started, David Clark,
first salmon in
I showed him.
And then Uncle Jim contacted Harry Rowe, who Ray knew Harry Rowe because they got the cobble from him, but he was a salmon from New Bigham. So he said, can you always order any nets? You know, this seems to be the thing, we'll have to give it a go and buy the licence. And that wasn't really cheap at the time, was it?
No.
About 300 quid, I think, something like that. For the season, wasn't it? So they bought the licence, started off with some nylon nets, and then we got the molly filament guns. We used to call them
60 meshes deep.
60 meshes deep ones, yeah.
The ones you were, as I had.
Knox's nets about it. And they were like candy floss, they were bouncing all over the floor. And then it was like you could catch salmon, then we were 40 meshes deep. And then along came MacLeod, who had Seawalker. His brother was a merchant seaman and captain, brought Japanese ones. Yeah. And they were which just crucified the salmon. You know, they just, he did very well with them. I think your dad and Uncle Jim had retired before. They offered them, Northumbrian Water offered a sellout. A big lump sum to hand the licence in, and there was no more drift net fishing. Yeah, they're still doing it in Northumberland. Do they? Yeah, the lad who brought the Argonaut off me, he was the only one in colour coats who said no. He said it's my heritage. This the fishing that we know has gone forever. They're killing it. Since the trawlers came, there's been a battle between the longliners, which was the traditional method, and trawlers get bigger, engines get bigger, nets get bigger, and the damage on the bottom. Plus, you've got a food source right across the chain on the seabed. You know, that's a tiny fish that are just deep on and eggs, and you get fish that aren't much bigger than them eating it. Because that's the way nature is. It is. And so, but if you get a big trawl dragging them up, it destroys the bottom. So, I don't know. We didn't know. We always thought that in the spring of the year, the fish went up. And longlines, they weren't catching any fish. They were catching maybe a quarter or less than they normally did through the depth of winter. And it was only when they discovered gill nets. Longline is a highly skilled job. You started off when I said, when the little kids hang about with the bear. The first thing is you learn how to tie a snood, a little line, onto a fish hook without it hasn't got a ring on it, so you can tie a nice knot on. It has to be whipped on, very tight, like these tickets. And then you'd get a handful of hooks and a load of snoods, and they'd say, I've done everybody's in the ball, and a ball of cotton, carpet cotton, and the
was it. You would do it as best you could. And then they would just go and pull the snoot out of the hole. Eventually you got it right.
So they taught you to practice?
Yeah. And then in the long lines, they, you probably heard this, Thompson's had this great big trailer. You know what you're talking about? He's been talking about the 40 days of track, which was the first one I read. Well, this trailer was bigger than the tractor. And actually, he took to be fair, when the boat was being used coming in, and it's got a shot, and we couldn't get it on the wheels, so we got the fish out because it was that heavy, and they had broken the boat, you know, because you could have lifted it. We could float, you know, we float them on. Well, you couldn't do that because it was that deep in the water. That was Miss Redcar. That was before James Ross came.
So she did there.
I've seen that awful lot of fish. The thing is,
And then once she got, did
as a sign of the time,
she was
Jimmy would say, no, so, are you all right? And this is to an old lady or an old bloke, and they'd say, are you, do you want to fry? They'd say, oh, yes, please, Jimmy, and they'd say, so, you know, about that long, and they'd give them a big cod for nothing.
The regular lads are now have crews in all year. I mean, in the 70s you wouldn't dare.
Oh no! I mean, they wouldn't stand it, would they?
The pots now, some have up to 1,000 pots per boat.
1,000.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, what I've got like 200.
That's peanuts, that's how it is now.
I believe Whitby have got more.
Yeah, thousands and thousands.
And they work like, so that I think if they have 1,000 in, they might go and work 500 one day and 500 the next.
Yeah.
Is that what they do there?
Yeah.
Like half.
Yeah, they do half one day.
But they can't bring them ashore because they're made of steel and they fall to pieces.
And also,
They've got to store them at sea.
and then Christian Lobster Towers now, we'll put another beat in, so he had 350 and that was it.
Yeah.
Put another one in, no, we're not putting no more in.
I mean, Europe wouldn't be they wouldn't have had enough other boxes for the lobsters of this now, would they? Because they used to keep about 5 big bully boxes till Christmas and sell the lobsters at top price. And they used to have to go special in bad weather days, low water, to go and feed them with whiteheads and stuff.
In the olden days, every fisherman used to have to make their own crab pots. But these days, they get metal crab pots ready made, and all the nets and pockets for the pots, they're all in big lengths. And you just cut them to size and you just stitch them onto the pots. And that's why they're working so many pots.
Yeah, decent swell tomorrow.
All right.
And fresh wind off the sea, so we don't do as much as we should really, we're getting old.
Yeah.
Just go when you want to go.
You want to go, yeah. Exactly.
Thank you for listening to the Fishing Summer Extra. This episode was recorded at the Redcar Palace, and you heard the voices of Jack Kenyon, Dave Phillipson, Barry Preston, Ray Preston, Rodney Thompson, Tony Young, and Paul White,